I'm Jeff Rutherford. I'm 47. I live in Florence, Massachusetts, and I've been quilting since 2002. And I started quilting because in the late 90s I was visiting Wave Hill, which is a park in the Bronx in New York City on the shores of the Hudson, and they have a small art gallery, and I literally just stumbled into an exhibit of art quilts, modern quilts, and I was kind of blown away by them and became very interested in quilting and had always wanted to do some type of visual art, but wasn't very good at drawing or painting. And for some reason, when I saw these quilts, they just really struck a chord within me, and I thought that's something that I could do, and I'm interested in it. And after that, I ended up moving from New York City to Western Massachusetts in 2002. And first I bought a sewing machine and tried to teach myself using Quilting for Dummies. But I didn't have much success because I didn't have any quilting or sewing background. So I took a beginning quilt class at a quilt store in Shelburne Falls, Massachusetts, and that's how I got started. My first quilt was a log cabin quilt, and as I said, I took a beginning quilt class at Shelburne Falls, Massachusetts, and even before the class ended, I knew that I really enjoyed quilting and that I was going to make a lot more quilts over the years. I've been very proud and kind of excited to make quilts for both of my sons. I have two sons, Zachary and Noah, 11 years old and 7 years old, and they both have quilts that I made for them. And in terms of specific quilts that I've been excited about, I think I've probably just been excited about seeing my progression over the years. And the most recent quilt that I've really been excited about is a pattern called New York Beauty, which is a very intricate quilt with lots of very sharp points. And the one I made is using purple and gold fabric. And it's the first quilt that I've finished and really looked at and thought, like, wow, I can't believe I made that quilt. I'm working on a variety of quilts this weekend. One that I'm working on is another New York Beauty again, which is a pattern that's, the pattern is lots of sharp, very sharp points. And I'm using black and white fabrics with a few colors mixed in as well. That's something I've been working on for a while now. So that's one thing I worked on. The other thing I've worked on this weekend is a white and green quilt with small squares. That's kind of a modern looking quilt, and I finished sewing that together today. I can't remember where I first heard about the Quilt Guy Yahoo group, which is where it started, which was an email discussion group. But at some point, I had found a couple of male quilters online and reached out to them, and somehow I found out about the Quilt Guy Yahoo group. And so I joined, which was an email discussion list, and it was pretty active, and they would do things like have fabric swaps where guys would send fabric through the mail and trade fabric with each other. And then on the list one day, someone mentioned, what about getting together in person? I didn't make it to the first retreat, but I made it to the second retreat, which was in Woodstock, New York. And I still remember driving over. It was a couple of hours from where I lived. And I think I was a little bit nervous that first retreat because I had never met any of the quilters in person. I didn't know what to expect. And since then, this is the 13th retreat. We do them twice a year. And I've been to every one except for two of them, the first one and then one in the middle there that I missed. I think the thing that I think about the most in terms of the retreats is really the friendships that I've developed over the years with people who come from literally all over the country and from Canada. I look forward to seeing those people twice a year. and it's a real treat to renew those friendships.